Negative $75. That's what I'm at right now. Negative 75 bucks, man. At least that's what I was yesterday. I have went up, from there so far. Um, paycheck just came in. It's been 2 weeks, so my paycheck came in, but it was lower than what I expected. The paycheck, like, it very vaguely differentiates, right? Like, if that's even the right word, I guess varies. That's the more correct word. It greatly varies. I was at negative 15 a while ago because of overdraft fees, and then, like, under the radar, I don't know what it was. I got to check it out, but there was another charge for something else that knocked me down to negative 75. And then right after that, the next day, I used my a gift card that I got from a student because I teach music lessons, and it was a $50 Target gift card, and I just, around I used the $50 to kind of, pay for extra food, things like that, some necessities. And I had this waiting around for me since, like, last year. But here I am, here I am today. And I'm suffering. I don't know how I'm gonna make it, man. Like, I got my sax in the repair shop, and that's around like 400 bucks right there. To be exact, it's like 365 or something like that. 365, basically 400. And then, like, you know, I don't know, man. It's just a lot that I'm having to kind of deal with right now. And my sax is partly where I make money from. So, like, I can't just, like, leave that alone, So I did do some other stuff that might give me a leg up, but I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of do or die my situation right now. It's legitimately do or die, man. The company that I work for, I told you guys before, I'm homeless. Where I work at is where I sleep, literally. Like, I'm sleeping in the studio. To be fair, it's a large ass studio. So it's not like a horrible existence to live here in terms of, like, sleeping here. But, like, it's by far less than optimal. I'm sleeping on a fucking couch. I'm sleeping with two fucking towels to warm up. There is no shower here. I gotta go to the gym to take a shower, and it smells like ass there. It smells like sweat. Aside from just that, it I I don't know. Like, it's less than optimal. I am, to be quite honest with you guys, I'm getting quite miserable. Like, I'm living an utterly miserable existence, and I just don't see a way out of my fucking situation. I don't see a way out. If I play shit fairly, I don't see a way out of my situation. I just don't. And it's fucked up to say that. I feel myself becoming a slave to the system. And I'm not trying to give some bullshit Andrew Tate speech or any other bullshit. I'm just being completely real and honest with you guys. I feel like, because when I say system, it sounds like a substitute word for, like, matrix. But, like, I really feel like I'm becoming a slave to the system, man. It's like work until I fucking die. And I'm okay with working until I die, but, like, what I'm not okay with is, like, being uncertain when my next fucking meal is, where my meal is gonna come from, things like that. Like, what I really don't like is, like, being dried out and, like, my eczema and shit acting up and me having no way to take care of myself. What I'm not okay with is skipping fucking showers for like 3 days. I'm not okay with that. You get what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I took a shower, but my point is like, you kind of go through these uncertainties when you're going through broke problems. My mother passed away, and it's like, for my father who's alive, it's like I want to be able to help him out. One of my biggest regrets in life is not doing enough for my mom growing up because I wasn't allowed to work growing up. I wasn't allowed to. My mom was like very overly bearing to a fault, and she didn't allow me to work. And here I am today. I'm working. And I agree with my father's decision. He was like, he didn't give me any time to grieve. After my mother passed away, it was just like, boom, you got to work, bro. You got to work. And I agree with that decision. As an adult, I agree because life doesn't stop just because someone passed away. As fucked up as it is to say that, it's true. It's true. So I agree with the lesson. It's tough, but it's true. But I don't know. It just sucks. It's not a fun life, man. I really feel myself, leaning on the brink of insanity here and there. But I'm not gonna bullshit y'all and say like, oh, we gonna persevere. We gonna persevere. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go feed in any false positivity bullshit. I'm gonna keep it real. But what I will say is, I have not given up yet, and I'm gonna still keep, doing my best to do what the fuck I can, you know. But I'm at a point in life where if there's potentially no way out of my situation, I would never delete myself from the system. I would never do that, never. But like, I wouldn't care if a bus hit me, you know. I really wouldn't care if that happened like the next day. I'm not saying that I don't care right now because in my situation I believe like I have a chance. There's a voice in my head that says like you got a chance to get out of this situation. But I'm just saying if I knew that I wasn't ever going to be out of the situation in the entirety of my life, I quite frankly would be waiting for the day that I'm taken out of this world, just because it's kind of like, why would I want to suffer? You get what I'm saying? Like, whether it's God waiting for me, whether it's like before I was born, whatever it may be. I mean, if it was before I was born, then shit, at that point, nothing matters. That's a pretty depressing existence. But whatever it may be, I would just kind of, if anything, if God didn't exist, then it was just like before you were born. If that's reality, then to be quite frank with you, I would just rather just have that happen, just to kind of like be done with it already. But I'm not like I don't want to delete myself out of the system by any means. Obviously not. But yeah, man, it's really tough out here, man. It really is tough out here. I am using the studio to sleep in, which is where I work, literally. I don't own the studio. I'm technically breaking the rules by doing this. The owner may even know there are cameras all around. He may know at this point already, but like he's probably just not telling me anything, because he probably understands. He's probably being cool or chill, or maybe he just doesn't know. But all my coworkers know, and none of them have like snitched me out by any means, which I'm grateful for. That all my coworkers are cool enough for that. There's only one who's probably like an asshole. There's like one who's like a genuine asshole here. But even so, even him, even though he's an asshole, he's also a really nice guy at the same time. It's really weird. Like he'll do you favors, he'll help you out when you really need it, but he'll be an asshole if you don't need it. You get what I'm saying? Like he's an oddball right there. But even he has a lot of redeeming qualities about him. So pretty much everybody that I work with is really cool and understanding, and like they won't fire you for like minor mistakes and things like that, which a lot of jobs will. Like this isn't some corporate position. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot that I have to be grateful for in my situation, man. But it's tough. It's actually tough out here, man. Negative $75. Paycheck came in, it was 684. $684 for 2 weeks of work, man. That's crazy. That's actually crazy, man. And don't get me wrong, like I don't have to like pay for rent or anything like that. Like so I had the leg up where that's concerned. But then out of that 600, it's like which is less than 600 now. Um I'm gonna have to pay for my saxophone to get that out of the repair shop, which is 400. And then I got two credit cards. I literally have two other credit cards to pay for. And that's another like $200. So that's already $600 right there. I'm not 600, but yeah, that's $600 right there, bro. Like my the money, where the fuck is the money going? I'm not getting paid, bro. Like I'm literally living just to fucking suffer, man. Like shit. Like and then for 2 weeks I gotta survive off 75 fucking bucks and keep like a good head on straight and still be able to teach kids and lessons and not be utterly miserable. And don't get me wrong, I love all my students. I love the kids. I would never like be bad around them. Like I would never do that. But what I'm trying to get at is like you need a certain level of patience and energy to be like an effective teacher. Like the students will feed off of your energy for better or for worse. You got to tailor your energy, and there's no one shoe size fits all. You got to tailor your energy towards the student and them specifically for their needs and who they are as a person. But my point is some students have like really high energy and need that like they need that stimulation, like they need you to be vibrant and like vibrant in personality. They need you to be someone who's willing to make games out of the lessons, things like that. Some of them need their breaks here and there, whatever. It all depends upon the student, right? But my point is when you're like facing a nutrition deficiency, when you're suffering of medical and chronic conditions, when you're suffering of when your mind is starting to just deteriorate and your willpower is like going down the gutter, when you're just going through it completely for every gosh fucking reason known to man, it's like how do you keep your head clear enough to keep teaching these kids who are humans and are prone to make mistakes, are prone to get on your nerves for fun? Because kids sometimes find it fun to like annoy the shit out of you and impress you and your patience. Some kids are like that. Some kids are like low-key menaces. Some kids want to deplete your patience. So it's like it's really hard to keep your mind screwed on straight, doing all of this. But a man's got to do what a man's got to fucking do, because no one else is gonna be out here and do it for you. It's like I got a good relationship with my father, but I agree with my father. It's like you got to handle your own weight, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna rely on my father. I'm not gonna ask my father for shit, because one of my biggest regrets as before is me not doing enough for my mother. So it's like I just gotta buck up, man. I gotta do what I gotta fucking do and handle my shit. Point blank. There's no excuses about it. And that's why, that's what I said before. Like I'm doing something different with this channel right now. That like I've never done on any other channel. But we're gonna see where it goes from here. It's tough, man. It's genuinely tough. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll be a learning experience. Hopefully. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows however this story is gonna end, man. But yeah, man. Anyway, subscribe. Let's get to like 50 subs so I can actually bring live streams to this channel and I can like communicate with you guys like live and do things like that, okay? And leave a like on the video. Potentially hype the video. Who knows? Anyway, peace out, guys, all right? Love y'all.